Oh my gosh, what do you want? Can you not see that I'm busy? Gosh, I've got a busy day today. And you guys are in here trying to find out what's going on today. And I have things to do. Not that I don't love you and I don't care about you, but I've got stuff going on. We're going to be at 11 o'clock down in Cresswell. Cresswell Coffee has a name change. They're the Blue Valley Bistro. And along with that name change, Melissa and Seth just couldn't leave it at a name change, right? We just can't do one new thing. No, they have to do something else. They have to now change and put new things on the menu. So I'm always about food. I know you guys are about food. So we're gonna go try some of the new food down at the Blue Valley Bistro, formerly Cresswell Coffee. And I mean, for me, it's a free lunch. All I have is a cold piece of crappy pizza left over from Sunday. And so my wife says, what are you going to have for lunch? And I'm like, I'm going to be having some Cresswell, some delicious Cresswell stuff. So it's called the Blue Mountain Bistro. They got some new menu items, and Seth and Melissa said, you guys should come down and check this out and see what it's all about. So we're going to do that this morning. I know, Bill, aren't I? It's not a bad gig sometimes. What else was I going to tell you about? Oh, gosh, so many things going on today. The rest of it's business. Oh, I'm going to be at Kiefer Mazda getting my car checked today, so I'm going to probably pop in with you guys there too. If you get tired of me, just turn me off. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Have you guys seen how many people are talking about the issue, the new homeless camp down here in Eugene, and you guys have made this happen? You know, I think we do have a voice, and we are the people in this community, and I don't think we should let anybody silence us. And if we don't agree with each other, that's okay. But we are going to learn. We are going to educate each other on how to be civil, how to have a conversation, how to not get so wrapped up in our own beliefs that we're not willing to listen to other people. And it's starting to happen. We can't be chickens. I mean, we can't just close our mouths and not talk. We have to be kind and careful and compassionate about how we talk. But stop labeling each other. Stop telling me that because I believe what I believe that I'm not compassionate. I've heard that before. And honestly, I don't care. I think we have to get to a place where I care about you, I care about your ideas, but if you don't like what I say, I don't give two flying, because these are my opinions, and if I listen to you and listen to mine, I had a guy write me this morning on here, and the nicest guy, and he's had a really tough life. He's an addict, and yes, Gina, Torah Talks every Monday night, 5:30. He's had a really tough life. He's never written his story out, and he shared it with all of you because he thinks it's so important. So I'm going to take him to coffee. We're going to go have coffee. And his name's Ryan. And all of a sudden, new voices are coming into the conversation. And see, that's the problem. The same old voices, the same old empire owns the conversation, and I'm done with that. It's time for people like us to stand up and not be violent and not be rude and in people's face, but also not afraid to talk about what we believe. You know, did you guys see my post this morning about putting your phone away and your iPad and your laptop? A friend of mine named Ethan Clevenger in my O&E group, a group, that networking group I'm in, he said that yesterday at a meeting. He said, how often do you go in? And it pisses the jeebers out of me when I'm sitting there having a conversation and somebody's over here doing this, and I want to turn to them and say, I just want to stand up and walk away and go, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know there was 3 people in our conversation. What kind of intimacy are you having when the beep, 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 oh yeah, and Rick sharing his story, sharing his deep-hearted passions, the things of his life, and you're over here farting around on your phone. I challenge everybody watching this thing to, when you're in a meeting with somebody, turn it off. I used to just turn it over, but I still hear it beep, and my mind goes like this. Give people your undivided attention when you're with them. Here's the thing. You may get 60 or 70 years on this earth, maybe 80 if you're lucky, maybe 90, and then you're going to die. And your phone, I almost said that. Your phone, this isn't what's going to be remembered. It's the relationships and stuff, the people that you touch in their lives. This thing is very handy, and I could not live without it. I could, but I can't. My life is much easier with it. But it's also something that robs us of our peace, of our relationships, of our friendships. When's the last time you just put this thing down and then sat and had a great conversation with somebody about their life, and where you share like deep, intimate, personal things? Bill and I do that. We don't have our phones. They're there. We're going to start turning them off, though. And then we just have these deep, intimate conversations. And through that, you discover things about yourself and about other people, and you learn and all that kind of stuff. So my challenge for you today is to take this thing and turn it off anytime you're with somebody else. Even do it if you're standing on the street. And if it does ring, just turn it off. Shut it off. Hang up the ringer, put it down, and pay attention to the person you're with. Because I find it truly offensive when somebody, just a second, I just have to answer this for a second. You don't have to frickin' answer your damn phone. If you're having a conversation with me, then that's what it should be. And if the phone rings, you shouldn't be. If you take it, I think you're the rudest person ever. And I don't, and in my head, I'm just going, I'm done. I could walk away from this conversation. Do what's right for the sake of right. We are all vital. Yeah, it's absolutely vital. And if you end up in a conversation with somebody, cherish it. I mean, God, maybe that's why I like talking to people so much. You know what I mean? Or having these. I love intimate conversations. I mean, with people I trust, like you, Bill. But I think it's because, God, if you really sit there and want to pay, I mean, don't you just have this craving for a relationship with people? And this electronics gets in the way of that. So yes, they're handy. I'm not anti-technology. I use it in everything that I do. But when Ethan Clevenger said at my Oregon Networking Exchange meeting yesterday how much these get in the way, my suggestion was when we walk into a meeting, we set them in a box and then have the meeting without it. Because if I'm giving a presentation and I see people on their phones, I want to call them out. I want to go, hey, I'm sorry, is there something more important? Would you like to include all of us in that conversation? And texting too. Yeah, I don't want texts. I don't want you texting while I'm on. Oh, I got to answer this real fast. No, you know what? That honestly, there's nothing really, I mean, unless somebody's like in a car accident, and how often does that really happen? I mean, there's no reason for you to have to get on your phone and check somebody out. Okay? So anyway, that's my suggestion or my challenge for you today. Tune in at 11. We'll be down with Seth and Melissa at Cresswell Coffee, formerly Cresswell Coffee, now Blue Valley Bistro, and we're going to try some of their new menu items. So I'm a foodie. I love food, and I think you guys will enjoy it and everything. And again, I'm going to hit the camp, the city of Eugene. That thing is blown up. If you have an opinion on that, you need to write your city councilor. Not one person spoke, 40 people spoke in support of it, not one person spoke in opposition, which I'm not saying we should be opposed. I'm just saying I think people are afraid to say what they really think on it, because then someone will take them and out them and make you into a less than compassionate person, which I would totally disagree. It's really easy to label people and throw them away. And I guess for me, I don't give a shit anymore. I have enough longevity at what I believe and what I do. I had a lady try to tell people I was being racist, and then all my African American friends came to my rescue. I didn't have to say shit. It's like, go for it, lady. She was a white lady telling me I was being racist, and all my black friends came to my rescue. It's like, you know what? Come on, bring it on. Invite the masses. So leave the empire for the day. Use your phone and be happy with it. But when you're with somebody else, somebody walks up to you, what a respectful thing. How would that make you feel if all of a sudden somebody walked up, you start talking to them, and they go, just a sec, I want to turn off my phone? Would that be like a super point of respect? To me, that would like warm my heart, because it's saying you're more important than this. And when this becomes more important than this, we're in deep shit. All right, have a good day. I'll see you at 11 o'clock. Live from the Blue Valley Bistro in Cresswell, Oregon, and so on. I gotta tell you guys, you know what? I love talking to you. I love the fact that we're starting to scare people. The empire is fearful. they can't operate the way they used to because of the tribe.